Hello guys, Miro here, back again with another video, and well, today I'm just gonna bring you a short video where I'm gonna showcase these little calculations that I did right here. So I ran a little test and I went ahead and was just whacking on some dummies both in retail and PTR for a while, and the premise of the test was to just keep on doing the basic rotation as if you were both DPSing and healing on just some dummies and see how long it takes to go and both how much damage you do. So I was just hitting the dummies, as I said. I was keeping Holy Shot on cooldown, Crusader Strike on cooldown of course, Judgment on cooldown, Consecration, Hammer of Wrath, and I used Wings on cooldown, my Trinket on cooldown, and I used one time Ashen Hallow. So on both tests I used exactly the same gear. I was having 27% haste. And the results are the following. On retail, it took me 6 minutes to go by keeping all those things in cooldown, and I did 3.3k DPS by hitting only one dummy with, of course, every single target ability, cleaving 2 dummies with Consecration, and cleaving 3 of the dummies with Ashen Hallow. Now, on PTR, I did exactly the same thing, and I came out with these numbers where I did 2.9k DPS, which comes around to be about a 12% difference or 12% less damage on PTR, but this is taking into account, of course, the fact that I got apparently more procs of Awakening in PTR because I got the same amount of Hammer of Wraths done on retail during less time. So yeah, it's a bit of RNG there, so it's not completely a fair comparison, but it just gets to show that the DPS difference, it is not that big. Of course, I already said in the previous video, it was estimated to be around 13 to 15%. So it turns out to be true, but there was of course no question about that. And in terms of the mana difference and how impactful the mana nerf is and how impactful the change to Crusader Smite is as well. So in retail it took me 6 minutes to go whereas on PTR it took me about 5 minutes, 5-10 seconds. And the way I calculated to go was whenever I was not able to cast the first spell because I was out of mana, that's when I stopped counting. So I was running these following talents. I was of course running Crusader Smite, and I was just running Awakening, DP, and Glimmer, and I was dumping all my holy power on Light of Dawn just to proc Awakening. So yes, it is about a 15% difference in the time that it takes you to go by following that rotation with 27% haste without any lusts involved or any external buffs or so whatsoever. So it is quite some difference. This will probably just mean that we are gonna be running lower levels of haste, especially in longer fights, whereas in shorter fights we might still be completely fine by just running or using a mana pot, which we are most likely not doing at all at this point. So it is something to consider, and this is definitely gonna be quite different when you take into account the fact that Infusion of Light now generates 1 holy power when you consume it with Holy Light. So we'll have to see how that plays out in terms of mana, but for now that's about the amount of the mana, the impact of these nerfs in terms of mana. Now I also wanted to showcase something real quick in terms of the Ashen Hallow legendary, just a little curiosity. I already said this in the previous video, but the Ashen Hallow conduit, well, I'm just gonna read the tooltip, but Ashen Hallow's duration with this legendary is increased by 50%, that being from 30 seconds to, of course, 45. And what it does is when you leave the Ashen Hallow area while it still is up, Ashen Hallow will disappear, it will be cancelled, and its duration it will be reduced by up to 50%. So it can go down to 2 minutes as max. So what this opens up is the possibility for the following. So if we were doing Mythic Plus or whatever, we drop Ashen Hallow of course, and then we instantly wings, that's what we usually do. And now what we can possibly do is abuse this duration where we have wings, we're doing the max amount of damage and healing, and we're just standing in Ashen Hallow as normal, casting those Hammers of Wrath, just doing the normal rotation. But whenever wings are expiring, and then that's when Ashen Hallow is going to lose a lot of value, we step out of it, and then the cooldown reduction gets applied. So now we can see that Ashen Hallow has only basically 10 more seconds of cooldown in comparison to wings, which almost means that we can always line up Ashen Hallow with wings. This is obviously very strong, and if it stays this way, it could mean that our overall in both dungeons and raids is just gonna skyrocket. Now, I'm not sure if this is gonna be, or this legendary would be the play on raids as it stands right now, but this is definitely looking very juicy for Mythic Plus if it does stay this way, which is fine, is frankly very unlikely, but that is how you do it. That's why this legendary is looking so interesting at the moment. So yeah, that is about it, all that I wanted to show on this video. So if I got anything other than I might think that people want to see, I'll make a short video about it as well. If there's any more changes to Holy Paladin, I'll make more videos about it as well. So please, if you enjoyed it, drop a like or subscribe even. And yeah, that's about it, guys. Thank you very much for watching, and I'll see you next time. Bye bye.